Hi friends, so today we're working on Unit 4, Lesson 8, page 179. So that's the page you need. And I have all of these samples out today because we are kind of putting these two things together starting today. When you look at page 179, you will notice that we're not working with 100 with a bunch of zeros or just 2-digit numbers. Instead, we are working with a 3-digit math equation that has a variety of numerals at the top, and that's pretty consistent the whole page through. But here's the interesting thing. We are deciding when to ungroup today. And so we're going to be looking really closely at the numbers in the tens and the ones to see if we need to ungroup. All right? So I just have these out here to just be like, we're putting it together today. So be ready that we are going to be subtracting all the way up to 200. We won't be going over 200, but we will be going up into maybe even the 180s. Nope, we don't go into the 180s here. The interesting thing about these equations is we're looking at when we need to ungroup, okay? So when we look at these equations, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the ones. So if we look at the ones right here, 4 minus 8, think about, can you subtract 4, or if you need 8 of something, but you only have 4, can you subtract that? You can't, can you? So we need to ungroup right there. So it says, did you ungroup a 10 to get more ones? Yes, we need to do that. And then we're going to look at the tens. Can we subtract 7 from 3? No, we cannot. So will we need to ungroup 100 to get more tens? Yes, we will. So we know that when we work here, we're going to be ungrouping both of those, not just for the ones this time and not just for the tens. So we're going to have to ungroup both of those. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And I'm going to work on this page today because we've got this. So I'll be writing a little bit smaller, which is why I zoomed in today to make sure that you can see everything that I'm doing. All right, so 134 minus 78. We're going to have to ungroup for both of those. So we're going to start over here at the 100, and we're going to X that out. 1 minus 1 is 0. Give us your 100. I'm leaving you with nothing. Okay. So there's a 0 over there. Now we have 10 tens plus 3 tens. 10 plus 3 equals 13. So we have 13 tens. I'm going to write 13 up here. That's different than what we did yesterday, and that's okay. So 13 tens. But we're not finished, are we? Because we need to ungroup the tens to get more ones. We already decided that. So we're going to X out that 13, make it into 12 tens. Give me one of your tens. And we're going to add that 10 to 4. 10 plus 4 equals 14. So do you see how small I have to write? Oh my gosh. That's so tiny. So you're going to have to be really neat and tidy if you're going to work on this page. You're welcome to work on a piece of notebook paper if you want to. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just doing this so that everything stays right here today, but I understand that you might move to a different page. If we were in the classroom, I would move to a different page, but because we're doing this on video, I want to make sure it stays really close and really tight. Okay, so now, oops, I didn't draw my picture first. So I'm going to draw my picture. 134. Can't believe I mixed that up. So embarrassed. Okay, but I ungrouped that 100 and I broke it into 10 10 sticks. And then I took one of those 10 sticks and I made that into 10 ones. I'll wait a moment while you catch up with your drawing. All right, so now that we have all of this done, I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 8 ones. And I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 7 tens. Wow, I'm really having to be neat and tidy so that I can make sure and see my work. This is tricky. Okay, now that I have everything X'd out that I need to have X'd out, I can go ahead and count it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So my proof drawing says the answer is 56. Now let's see over here. I'm going to count backwards from 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Ooh, that's 6. And I'm going to count back from 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And look at that. My answers equal, therefore it is correct. All right. I'm going to give you a moment to make sure that you have everything written down appropriately, and then let's move on to number 2. Okie dokie, my friends. Let's look at number 2. The first thing we're going to do is down here. Did we need to ungroup a 10 to get more ones? Let's look right there. Can we do 4 minus 3? We can do that. So do we need to ungroup to subtract that? No, we do not. So I'm going to write no here. What about 3 take away 7? Do we need to ungroup for that? Yes, we do. Yeah, so we're going to need to ungroup for that one. Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. I'm going to go ahead and draw my picture right now. And you will too. Okay. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. All right, let's move on then. So the first thing is we can do this, 4 minus 3. What's 4 take away 3? Yeah, that's a 1. So we've got that first one solved. Let's go ahead and show that over here. Now comes the part where we need to do some ungrouping here, don't we? Right? So what are we going to do? Thank you. We're going to go over to that 100, exit out. We're going to take that 100 and leave them with 0. We're going to X out our 3. And what is 10 tens plus 3 tens? What does that equal? Yes, that equals 13 tens. We're going to go ahead and X that out and add 10 more 10 sticks here. Okay, now what will we do? Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and do our subtraction now. I'm going to start over here. Now what? Yep, we're going to add it up, or we're going to count it up. When you know the answer, go ahead and type it into chat. Yeah, you guys ended up with 61, and that is our total, our difference, I should say. Okay, so now you're going to work on these 4 on your own. All right, when you're finished, take a photograph of page 179 Or if you did it on notebook paper, take a picture of your notebook paper and turn it into me on Seesaw.